Vintage, old, antique, legacy, George Jetson, MCM, Amos and Andy, RCA, New Vista, black and white, portable television set. And this is a real beauty. Look at the shine to that thing. It has a dangerous reflection. When I first saw this, it gave me that Sylvania Dulette vibe, that real popular Sylvania set that everybody loves. It just sort of has that plasticky square grill look to it. And this is UHF, so it has UHF. I'm going to guess this is mid 60s. I don't know. When we get into it and get the chassis number, the RCA KCS chassis number, we'll know. So this is a New Vista. It looks very low hour, very well taken care of, very minty fresh. This is a Newport 100 extra wide non-menthol California style, because California banned all menthols and all flavored tobacco products, so I can't get my grape swishes no more. Look at this, both antennas are in good shape. It's a little bit of oxidation here, but this is a real display piece. Looks like a few little cracks. You don't want to pick this up by the handle, because that would be horrible if the handle ripped. Sort of an unusual back too, the way it's pretty much solid plastic. RCA Victor. Wow, look at the metal is not all rusted and corroded. Oh, we got a model number. Stand by. 191 AE 208. 215 watts. Pure heat. Look at all the feeder there. This is a beauty. So we're going to do an analysis on it. We'll open it up, check the CRT, just sort of a show and tell. Then we'll bring it up slowly. If there's anything to bring up, we'll dim bulb it and bring it up slowly. And hopefully, maybe we could get it to work. Looks like this is a KCS133 and it's in Sam's 536. So this is an old set. This might be late 50s. Wow, I wish I could share the smell. This has that vintage electronics smell that you just can't duplicate with a candle. So here's our New Vista tube right there, that little RF amp. That's the New Vista thing. This does look very, very nice. I mean, you see all the stickers are still here. It has a tube in the UHF tuner. That's not very common. Okay, let's look at the tubes. Let's try and see if we can get an idea. Wow. My eyes go straight to the discoloration on that rear cup. See how dark that is? When I see that, I automatically think high hour. That metal has blued from exposure to the filament for so many hours. The vertical output tube is a General Electric. That's an RCA tube. Let's check that looks high hour. Look at the discoloration in the top of the damper. Wow, this was a what do they call that, a wolf in sheep's clothing? You done had me fooled there. Let's take a look at some of these other tubes. That's a General Electric, and that looks pretty high hour. See the blow off coming out of that hole, the discoloration on the glass. Wow, this thing would have really had you fooled from the outside. Well, the damper is an RCA, and it does not, it's definitely high hour. And the horizontal output is a replacement. This is sort of the point of my Packard Bell project. You know, I got 6,000 hours on the Packard Bell, and I haven't changed either of these tubes, and I don't have any discoloration like that yet. So that's sort of starting to give me an idea of how many hours might be on something like this. This has a soft start thermistor. Looks like something was chewing on it. You can always add one of these. This is like a CL90, what they call it, IRL, inrush current limiter. That's what they call these. They still make them. They still use them in a lot of switching power supplies. It has the original phase detector diode. That should be changed. These white Elmincos should be changed. These don't really short. Well, that's not true. I've seen these short on RCA color sets. But they can get lossy. I don't know if they're a paper, like an epoxy coated paper foil capacitor. Some of them are, I think. You look at that and you know that's a modern, you know, synthetic capacitor, but they're not always. Am I talking too much? GE. That's an RCA. That's an RCA. That's a GE. Well, let's get the CRT tester on this. And this is RCA. It's like CG76FQ7. That's a horizontal multi-vibrator. This looks like this was replaced. That does not look original. This baby's got some hours on it. It's been to the shop a few times. Little bit of wax loss there. I'm sure that's been replaced. I'm not going to pull it out. Maybe I shouldn't. See if it looks like it's gone to air. These things like to go to air a lot. Wow, look at that. Crustastic. That's an RCA tube. That could be the original. 6048. 60th month of 1948 or 48th week of 1960. I need to clean this up. You can't see the getter on these because there's the getter down at the bottom right there. See that thing? So the getter, the black spot, is actually on the glass under the socket. So you can't see whether it's gone white or clear, really. It doesn't look white, but it might have gone clear if it went to air. Let me just add this. This type of green corrosion thing in the high voltage, I'm not saying that this was arcing. I don't know that, if it was a poor high resistant connection or if this is just like a moisture thing. But when these things arc, either the socket side or the cap side, this will cause noise and weird crap in the picture that will drive you nuts trying to figure out. So yeah, let's clean it up and see if I can test the tube. Let's try this on our little novelty tube tester. Okay, 1B3. Filament is A. Filament select is 10. Filament select is 10. Filament is A. Slide in P position 2 and 10. 2 and 10. Shunt is 82. Look at, I can count, Mommy. Glows at 2 and 7. Press S. Press to S. OK over 18. I use this thing that often. Look at it vibrating. You can't see it in the camera, but so is it good or not? Well, I don't know what's going on here. It would appear this tube is no good. Here's a new old stock 1B3. And you can see when we move this one to S, we get some emissions. This one is just dead. This one you can see the getters on the getter marks. See, they're on the side here, not down at the bottom. I bet if we could see this one, I bet it would be hollowed out. I bet it'd be clear. Probably, I think this is an epoxy seal at the top on this type of tube. Bet you if we could, that moisture probably got in here and breached this seal at the top and it sucked air into it. It's gassed out. Okay, Kinescope 19 AVP4. Hell, I'm already in here changing the other tubes before I even test the CRT. Baked. 50 volts, need to be at 50 volts here. Okay, don't have any lights. Set cutoff. Test. Why am I not surprised? Let's come up on the voltage a little bit. I'm not going to rejuvenate this. Rejuvenation is a very temporary fix. It's to shut the customer up for a couple days while the shop can order a new CRT. It is not a permanent fix. I've tried it. It just lasts a couple days and then you end up worse than you were before you screwed with it. So this thing is dead. Oh yeah. Oh, it's starting to come up. Look at that. Woo. Look at that. Yeah, I don't think this is going to have a happy ending. No one's going to go home with the relief they came to get. Sorry. That's at about 7.2 volts. I'll let it sit for a few minutes. Put it on Put it on setup. You don't want to let it. You don't want to let it cook on test setting because that'll just burn what little is left. I mean, that's pretty hot. Look at that thing go. Right. After 10-15 minutes at this elevated voltage, no cut off. A little bit of emissions. Let's go back to 6.3 volts here. It'll produce a picture. It's not worth restoring. Yeah, I mean, it'll produce a cloudy, silvery, hazy picture. It's not worth restoring. We can try and start it up and see what happens. I'm going to start with 60 watts. I have the vertical output and the horizontal output out of the TV. You can see it slowly getting brighter as this thing warms up and starts conducting. We need enough wattage here to get over all the tube filaments. I mean, all these tube filaments are, 5-6 watts a tube. Been sitting about 20 minutes and I don't see anything, so let's cool. Let's just do this thing. Okay. Get this party fired up over here. It's not like we're dealing with a ultra rare prime low hour specimen here. This is a total wolf in sheep's clothing. So we're just gonna do this. Here we go. Let the smoke out. Let's get a meter on the plate here. I have no feeling for what's going on with the TV without watching my plate current on the horizontal output. Oh, there we go. Hey, it's dark, but it's there. Maybe I should go back. Maybe I should put that tube in it just for the entertainment value. I guess I can do that. Let's see if this one was in fact bad. Oh, that's nice. Oh yeah, always discharge the CRT, folks. See, it doesn't bother me though. I can get shocked and it just whatever. Makes the dog bark though. Yeah, nothing. No surprise there that 1B3 rectifier is in fact bad. Well, wait. Maybe very weak. Very weak. It's weird as it sounds like it has high voltage. Yeah, that tube is very weak. That one. Oh, it is gassed out. See that? Isn't that pretty? That's kind of cool. Should get the Geiger counter on that. Take it in the garage and we'll hook the converter box up to it. Digital converter box, and watch some TV. I'm pretty sure it's going to work. We'll see. Sure looks like with the snow and the static and the speaker, it sure looks like everything's alive. We don't know if maybe the phase detector diodes are bad and we won't be able to get horizontal sync or whatever, but we definitely had a gassy where air leaked into this 1B3. That's a very common thing. I certainly see a ton of these with that issue. I don't know if it was like that when it was stored away and taken out of use, or if that happened while it was sitting. It's not worth restoring to me. This is actually a friend's, so he just wanted me to check it out, make a video, see what it was all about. It's sort of a shelf queen, and it's going to remain a shelf queen because of the condition of the CRT. If it was a low hour CRT, it would be worth restoring, but a high hour set like this, it's definitely going to need all the electrolytics and all these other capacitors and probably tubes. It might work for a little while, but you heat it up and cool it down a couple times, these capacitors are going to start to short and fail. So yeah, it needs a full restoration, but it's just not worth the investment with the CRT's condition. This is a digital TV converter box, and this takes the digital signal from an antenna, well, I have it on the roof, and converts it to an analog signal on channel 3 or 4 that the old TVs can use. I always get comments, one or two, asking me, how the hell do you run this old TV on a digital signal? Well, this is how I do it. So, speaking of comments, YouTube is censoring the comments so bad now on videos, and I don't want censorship. I want open discussion. I'm okay with criticism, whatever, as long as it's clean and intelligent, and I don't care, but I don't have a choice in that anymore. They are just completely automatically censoring it. It doesn't even go into the held for review folder. Yeah, I hold URLs for review. I don't want people just freely posting URLs and spam. Anyway, but they are just vanishing any type of comments that are critical. If you look through all YouTube comments now everywhere on everybody's channel, it's just all praise. 95% of it is all praise. And that to me gets old. I like the criticism. It helps me improve. I make a lot of mistakes in these videos. I know that. But I'm sorry that, they've taken the voice of the viewers away. I had the stuff on Odyssey. It doesn't look like Odyssey is going anywhere right now. SEC. I got the stuff on Rumble. Unfortunately, Rumble does not offer the same creator support, doesn't give the kickback that YouTube does, and that really helps with keeping these videos going. So if you want to do Rumble, I mean, consider the Patreon thing. Rumble is really sort of geared towards hard right and conspiratorial, if you want to call it that, podcasts, and that's okay. I don't see why there's not a place for us too over there. Anyway, enough ranting about that. I kind of went off on a little clinky Daimler about that. Yeah, I really don't like the censorship. It really that I don't have a choice. It really pisses me off. And it's super, super advanced too. It's like the AI is so damn good.
Like that. And you know you're just not quite capable of doing that. And that's a hard to admit. And this is the only track where we really hear drivers say, this guy is better than me at this particular thing, right? And I mean, we talk about Reddick and other drivers that actually can run the top, but I don't think anybody is in
this might be copywritten, right, and just it'll get it just on the audio. So let me see.
Let's watch Blaney as he enters turn.
Good. At Consumer Cellular, we're all about transparency. We wireless half of what the largest carriers charge. How do we do it? I'll show you. But you've got to promise not to tell anyone.
Okay, horizontal hold.
Someone else maintains that great nationwide 5G network. We've got more time to focus on something else. You. Boom! Say hello to one of our 100% US-based customer service call centers. If you need help or want to make the easy switch, you can call and talk to a real person in Arizona, like Danae here.
Yep, I'm definitely a real person, not a robot.
Proof. Definitely not a robot.
Oh, is this
so it's clear. Consumer Cellular offers amazing 5G coverage, backed up by incredible service. But that wouldn't mean much.
Okay, horizontal.
Super low prices.
Let's see.
We already know we're up to half as much as the largest carriers. But guess what? AARP members can save even more.
Oh.
Yahoo!
Oh, yep.
We have the latest phones, but if you want to keep the phone and number you already got, that's fine too.
Wow, that's a good picture.
Just give us a call.
Really?
Next with a flexible data plan starting at only $20 a month.
Prescription eyewear can be really expensive, but here's the secret. Glasses don't actually cost that much to make. Surprise! Especially when you design your own eyewear and then sell. And the best part? You can try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
These things often have audio trouble. I don't know why. I finger the tubes. Huh. Yeah, the... So the horizontal phase detector diode is soft, like I thought from the very beginning. And it sounds like the audio detector tube or something in the audio detector circuit crapped out. It's really not bad. It is a little silvery in the faces. I mean, you can definitely tell that it's soft. but it's actually sort of watchable.
Smarter, healthier pet food.
My name is Gary.
Pastel.
Josie, I have MS.
I have MS.
MS is what we have.
I take Ocrevus.
Ooh, Ocrevus!
It's 2 times a year. A prescription for adults with relapsing or primary.
Oh, let's see what the side effects are.
Ocrevus is proven effective in reducing relapses in RMS and slowing disability progression in RMS and PPMS.
Don't take Ocrevus if you
Oh,
vaccinations or if you've had colitis or Hep B, as Hep B could come back.
here we go.
A common side effect of Ocrevus is infusion reactions. Some may be serious.
Ooh,
An increased risk of colitis and cancer may exist with Ocrevus, and it can increase the risk of infections, which can be serious.
ooh.
PML is rare but may happen with Ocrevus. It can lead to disability or death.
MS is what we have.
I love it when the side effects of my medication may lead to death.
Ask your doctor about Ocrevus and join our community.
Domino's new pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread is the best thing since bacon and jalapeno stuffed cheesy bread, which was the best thing since original stuffed cheesy bread. Get Domino's new pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread, or any other 2 or more mix and match items for just $6.99 each at Domino's.
That's interesting.
I'm in love with McCloud. It gets any carpet, everything can be moved around, and there's no damage to your walls. The first thing I chose was like really large, beautiful images of the candles for my dining room, and I'm really happy about it. All you have to do is peel the adhesive off, stick it on the wall, and you can create any design you want. Go to mixtiles.com and pick sizing, filters, and it really makes it fit the decor of your home. The walls in
I think
my
the
home never look
AGC
better.
is too
So
hot.
Thank you, Mixtiles.
See if we can get some more advertisements here for Skyrizi.
You'll find.
Isn't this fun? Yeah, there's your horizontal phase detector diode. In fact, I think all of this shaking is a bad phase detector diodes. Try this.
Henry 20.
That's awesome. It's just total garbage.
I've got all the information you need to know for the rest of your day because Fox weather continues for the rest of your day. I've got your updated forecast and hourly look at everything. You know.
Back here at Simmons Bank Field on the campus of the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff.
So to start, it would need the horizontal phase detector diode. It would need the audio issue fixed, which it sounds like a tube to me with a mechanical fault because... Well, that fixed it.
A phony.
Now notice the more it's running, the more unusable it's getting. That's what happens. The capacitors are starting to short and leak and take a dump. I mean, it had a fairly usable picture when I turned it on. Now it's... I adjusted the AGC, but it's interesting when you turn the contrast up, it starts to do this vibration thing sometimes. See? It really has a very nice picture, though. I'm really surprised for how weak it tests. But it needs a lot of work. It needs a lot of restoration. Oh, that bike is awesome with the hand pedals. Alright, let me grab my phone and we'll get a money shot of the inside. I could try and do it with this, but the phone has much better low light sensitivity. I wonder if we can see this high voltage tube glowing. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. Well, I can. The 1G3, 1B3. Anyway, there's a quick look. Late 1950s. I'm going to say, let me get a date on this so I can close it out. KCS133. This is in Sam's 536. So 536 would be 1961. So 1961 RCA New Vista, color portable television analysis and startup.